Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. Today I want to talk about things that one might want to avoid during a custody battle. Of course, there's a lot of things that you can do or say that might hurt you in a custody case. I will tell you this. There's a main category. There's a category of blame. The category of blame has to be avoided. You have to avoid blaming your kid for your problems, your ex for your problems, or the court for your problems, okay? Those are three types of comments that you should make sure to keep to yourself in a situation where you're trying to go for custody. Let's talk about the court. I have seen situations where a lot of people will take the stand in a custody case and somehow, without realizing where they are, or before whom they stand, they will start talking about how the system is corrupt. They lost their case due to some corrupt judge, due to some bad friend of the court referee, and that's why they're here, without realizing that the whole thing's being heard by another friend of the court referee or maybe another judge. And impugning the system as to others is insulting to them. Now, these are highly emotional cases. The stakes are quite high. You don't want to do something, maybe even inadvertently, to make the guy who's making the decision upset with you, or to think that somehow you lack the appropriate temperament to be a custodial parent, that you lack the appropriate judgment to be a custodial parent. What better manifestation of poor judgment is it to insult the very person who's making the decision? Where's the payoff in doing that? So let's avoid doing that. So number one, let's not be in any way disparaging to the court as an institution, to prior judges, or certainly not to the judge who's handling your case. Number two, there is always a possibility that there is legitimate blame to be placed on different people in the system as it relates to raising a child, as it relates to custody orders, as it relates to parenting time. It is our position that if there is blame to be had because your ex routinely is a no-show, for example, on parenting time, that's why you're asking the custody to be changed, it is better not to blame them as such, but simply be factual. On such and such a day, we had a court-appointed schedule set up. The other side was to take the child for the weekend. Did they show up? They did not. That's all you have to say. Your lawyer will bring out the questions and answers in a way that sets forth just the facts. Again, I've seen clients who think it's their job and their responsibility and that it makes sense that every time they take the stand, use that opportunity to berate their soon-to-be ex, to bag on the other party, to say what a bad parent they are. That is not a winning combination. That's rather something that, again, will cause the court to think, well, I wonder what this person is really, what's the level of judgment here? Does it really make sense? Should they be talking about why they're the good parent rather than bagging on the other parent why they're the bad one? So when we talk about being critical, we want to avoid being critical of the court and the court system. We want to, number two, avoid being critical of your ex, just the facts, just lay it out. And number three, and this should go without saying, don't be critical of your child. Sometimes there's a situation where there may be a child who prefers one parent over another, and it makes it very obvious. Daughter may want to go with mom and doesn't want to go with dad, or vice versa. Every time it's mom's turn, the kid is crying and da-da-da. When you try to get custody for the court, you want to explain to the court why it's in the best interest of the child to do A, B, C, and D. Why it's in the best interest of the child that the court should rule your way. Don't be hypercritical of your child and your child's choices, because the court believes that your child is probably suffering and having difficulty coping with the new situation. It's not likely to be overly sympathetic if you're blaming the child. You should be acceptable of your own deficiencies. You should own up to your own problems and the things for which you are accountable. Don't go about the business of making sure that the court knows who else is accountable to. The judge can well take care of that without you being an accountant and saying this one has these number of demerits and this one has these number of demerits. It's not your place. Let's avoid doing that so that we can have a successful custody resolution. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.